What's happening, man? Darkside Afrocentrist checking back in. I'm on the road, dropping this content for y'all. Y'all know how I'm coming, but I'm coming straight from the dark side on this one. This straight from the dark side. Man, King Von is not to be glorified. King Von should not be glorified. And this is no hate towards Von. He looked out for his family. He looked out for his homies. I mean, don't get me wrong, he had some traits that were certainly admirable. He wasn't the most evil person. He wasn't the worst person. But, so I'm not just trying to paint him out to be a monster. But that dude is not someone that we should be propagating in front of these children, in front of these youngsters to be following. Because look at how his demise came. Look how his motherfucking life was lost, man. You see, and y'all see I got the tweet. And this post was motivated by the video that came out about a week ago with LeBron on his IG stories, where he was singing to the new Lil Durk and the King Von tracks he had on there. And I'm like, bro, you supposed to be a role model for black boys, so young black men. You supposed to be a role model, period. It's just some shit you don't just put out there. I mean, we all have our guilty pleasures or whatever. I know a lot of times, hell, I listen to some little trap drill music when I'm working out or something because, it gets the energy going. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that dark energy to get some things going on. I ain't, to motivate you. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm not trying to be hyper moralistic in that regard. But what I am saying is this. King Von bragged about killing black men. King Von bragged about making black mamas cry. King Von rapped about beating murder cases of black men. King Von never did shit to a white person. Never did shit to a non-African person. To my knowledge, all his victims were black like himself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he had some storytelling. I ain't gonna take that away from him. He was a pretty cold rapper. I'm not gonna take that from him. But he ain't no one that our children need to be goddamn it seeing on billboards. He ain't no one that our children need to be hearing. Goddamn it, 21 Savage got out there and say, the world lost a legend. King Von was not a fucking Nipsey Hussle. Now don't get me wrong, he was a young brother. He was 26 years old. Given time, he could have been more mature more. I'm not gonna take that from him. He could have been he could have gone into another stage of conscious. Excuse me. But just being it as it may, and how he passed away, he passed away in sin, and he passed away doing wrong. He passed away involved in wickedness, and not wickedness on the cause of being a stand-up black man. He didn't go out whooping a white boy ass. He didn't go out fighting some racist Mexicans or nothing. Or some predatory gay motherfuckers. He went out, on some Pookie and Ray Ray shit. That's what he went out on. So this is not, I mean, y'all can take it how y'all want to. This ain't no person that LeBron James should be holding up. That's why his son felt comfortable with smoking weed. You see these celebrities, a lot of them be on this new age parent and shit. You know what I'm saying? You see what you got going on with Dwayne Wade. Now children gonna be children. I mean, here I listen to most of the music I listen to. My parents was not fucking with it, and they would have caught me fucking with it. It would have been a problem. But at the same time, you don't sit there. You sitting there listening to this shit with your children, man. This man talking about, and then you say the kid had a damn good future. How the fuck he had a damn good future and he was speaking death? Every time you turn around, he was speaking death and filth. I mean, I'm just being real, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to make the brother just look like he was just a piece of shit. I mean, he was a product of his environment. He wasn't raised really no better. You know what I'm saying? That shit was that life. I hate to say it was chosen for him, but at the same time, as a responsible nation builder, as one who wish the best for my community, I can't get on this motherfucker and say that this dude should be held on a pedestal. I can't say that shit. You know what I'm saying? We got brothers out here who going to college, brothers out here who are doing the right thing. We got brothers out here who are really stand-up black men. You know what I'm saying? Those the brothers who I put up there. I can't put King Von up there. And before y'all, and I know it's coming. They said, I know, well, goddamn, Dark Side, shit. You know, you got a couple videos, mourning over Duck and showing love to FBG Duck. I'ma explain it. You know, I'm gonna be fair. I fuck with Duck. Show mad love to Duck. I show mad love to Duck. Yeah, I got 2 videos showing mad love to Duck. But let me tell you something as it relates to that. I still wouldn't put Duck on no pedestal. As much as I personally love Duck, I fucking guarantee you, I still wouldn't present Duck as a model that young black men, that black men period, should fucking pattern their lives after. You know what I'm saying? I would have the same if Duck was, but then again, Duck ain't getting that much love like King Von. You see, that's another thing. They ain't putting Duck on no pedestal. Hell, when he died, the mayor called him a gangbanger who fancied himself a rapper. King Von died. You got community activists. You got celebrity athletes and all kind of motherfuckers showing love. And you know, so that's why this may be seen harsher on Von than Duck, but don't get it twisted. I love Duck, and Duck showed more maturity as it relates to being about peace and possibly doing peace treaties. But he fell into the trap further, and you know, so I can't put Duck on a pedestal. So trust me, this is no favoritism going on, guys. Not at all. No fucking favoritism going on at all. But you gotta understand this, man. And this is another thing I want to get into. Why is King Von being glorified? Why is his death being presented as almost an act of martyrdom? Why it seem like they damn near want to give King Von his own fucking holiday? You know what I'm saying? Why is he getting so much love and admiration? Why was he able to get so many views and so many connections when he first came out? Well, of course you say, well, cause he was not only was he a good rapper, he was fucking with Lil Durk. True, but what I say about Lil Durk is chosen by that industry, man. Lil Durk is chosen by that industry. Lil Durk is a darling of that entertainment industry, man. Them people really riding with Durk. How you think Durk beat all them gun cases? Huh? Why you think Durk beat all them gun cases? Why you think Durk gets to run around with all them boys in Atlanta? Why you think Durk gets to take pictures with the mayor? Why you think Durk gets to make music? Why you think Durk gets to make music where basically down there incriminating himself, talking about putting guns, giving his block guns and all kind of shit? Why you think that? Because he's chosen by the industry. He's put out here to promote confusion. I don't give a fuck how many back to school drives and turkey drives and all this shit he sponsors. Good shit. Okay, cool. But he's still there to promote confusion. He's still there to promote confusion. You know, and that's why when he brought King Von in, you talking about a motherfucker who beat murders, a motherfucker who's alleged to be a known driller in the streets with multiple bodies. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of them views that King Von and Durk, a lot of these rappers, a lot of views that they get are not legitimate views, man. That's the perception. So when you scroll down YouTube and this shit gets recommended to you, and you look, you say, God damn, 15 million views in 2 days? This shit must be hot. Let me check it out. They do that to lead more black men down the path of self-destruction, whether it's to jail or to the penitentiary or just being a fucking lowlife. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to realize with King Von. And then, too, you got to look at this. Let me give y'all another dimension to this shit. Look how, and this, no disrespect, but let's just be real. Look how feminine. Look how androgynous King Von and Lil Durk look. I mean, one of the jokes people would like to say that King Von look like a girl. No disrespect. King Von had a androgynous look to him. You know, Lil Durk, especially since he didn't dye his hair platinum blonde, whatever the fuck you call this shit. These guys have feminine looks to them, man. They have feminine looks to them. So they can so that's another part of promoting the feminization of the black man, where you had this super thug gangster, you know, looking all feminine. Now one thing about, but I gotta say this about Von. I will gotta say this: he was not too fond of the LGBT, man, because King Von would use the F bomb and the D bomb in a minute. You know, dyke and fag. You know what I'm saying? He would use that in a minute. And speaking of this shit, when FBG Duck was killed, and Famous Dex got on Instagram that day or the next day, August the 5th, and he was on Instagram crying over FBG Duck being slain. What did King Von hop in his comment and say? He called him a soft, fag, bitch ass nigga, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about a cat, and then he was celebrating and all kind of shit. And this is the person who LeBron James, a man who sponsored a school being built for black children, who was a social justice, Mr. Black Lives Matter. Yeah, Mr. Black Lives Matter. LeBron James. The same LeBron James who just spoke out against That shit at the Trump thing. When they had the riot, the siege of the Capitol, which was nothing but some coordinated bullshit. That shit wasn't no real legitimate grassroots attack. That shit was coordinated. But I got a whole nother video for that. Now he can call out white supremacy, talk about Black Lives Matter, but here he is in your face supporting black genocide. Here he is in your face supporting black genocide. Supporting, giving shouts out to Lil Durk and King Von, but they joking on him because they say when he be on Instagram singing the songs and shit, he be gibbering. So that makes you wonder, like, damn, dude, are you really a fan? Do you really listen to this shit? Are you being paid? Are you basically being paid to talk out both sides of your neck? On one end, you Black Lives Matter and fuck Trump. Trump is a racist, and you want to get rid of white supremacy. And then on the next minute, you support motherfuckers who diss dead black people, murdered black victims, dissing Tuka. You support that same album, The Voice. You got Durk and Von on there dissing Tuka, dissing the dead ops, and and this is what you support, man. And you supposed to be a black role model, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. But all in all, man, King Von, man, I'm seeing a lot of people show love. They got Asian Doll. She going on here on these different shows and shit, crying and shit. The fuck you crying for? You know what come with this life? You talking about you want a nigga with three bodies? You want a killer? What killers get killed? The fuck? And that's what I'm saying. This what I'm saying, man. This ghetto street culture. That's why righteous black men and women, but definitely righteous black men. We gotta stand up and put a stop to this shit. We gotta stand up and show, like, man, that was the bad. I hate to say it. That was the bad thing about when Nipsey was murdered. When Nipsey was killed. Long live King Nip. But the thing about King Nip, I gotta say it. He showed a positive side to the Crip thing, right? But really, and don't get me wrong, I know Crips in the community doing good work who are trying to change the narrative. But just like with the GD shit, these organizations are still primarily negative criminal organizations. So you can show a positive side all you want to, but the thing is, it's like this. If you go into a dirty ass restaurant, with shitty customer service, but the food is good, motherfuckers gonna probably still fuck with the fact that the food is good, but you still gonna have that blemish of the restaurant being dirty and the customer service being shitty. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we gotta understand. With Nip dying like that, you know what I'm saying? That shit, it promoted that, with Nip kind of pushing that Crip thing so hard, it promoted that gang shit. Even though he wasn't really trying to promote it even though he was trying to promote it in a more positive light, he's still promoting something negative, for real. I'm just being real, man, no hate. I love Nip. I was right, and I ain't no bandwagon Nip lover. I was on Nip back in 2012. I really started listening to him around 2011, but I really started like downloading his music and stuff in like 2012. But with all that being said, man, he still was promoting a subculture that black people need to abandon. And that's what they're doing with King Von, man. They was using him while he was live alive. Now that he's dead, they still using him to bring more and more of our youngsters into this negative trash, this street culture, ghetto hood bullshit. They ain't doing shit for African people. And LeBron James, I'll be shaming his goddamn self, calling himself a father, calling himself a leader, a role model, to be advocating this shit. Hey man, if you listen to Lil Durk and King Von to tee up, you know, when you go out there to get into that warrior mode, hey, that's one thing. I listen to that shit, you know, to get into a certain mode when I gotta, you know, exert, you know, some extraordinary physical strength. But I ain't gonna get in front of people promoting that shit, because I know I might use that shit. I might listen to that shit and it geeks me up to go play some hardcore basketball. But somebody else listen to that shit to go shoot up somebody's house and kill a brother and kill his innocent mama or his innocent little sister or his innocent daddy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's bogus as hell. But man, it's Darkside Afrocentrics, man. I got more videos coming. Y'all stay tuned, man. I mean, we taking this shit by storm, man. Darkside Afrocentrics, man. Dark Man and Pooh. Darkside African. All that there, man. Y'all check me out, man. One love.